Now, in previous years, I have started the year aiming to get fitter, to get healthier, to lose weight, and inevitably, as February, March, April come around, I have fallen off the wagon. All of my hopes and dreams about losing weight, getting fitter, getting healthier have fallen by the wayside, and this is true for so many of us. I know that I'm not alone here. So I'm going to be talking about how I feel like I have unlocked the secret, okay, to weight loss, for me personally anyway. And if you are like me, this might help you. So the key changes that I have made in terms of my health and fitness journey this year is going into it with a positive mindset. Now, previously, whenever I've embarked on a health and fitness and weight loss journey, I have gone into it, let's face it, with a negative mindset. Whatever I say or do, my intentions behind starting my health and fitness journey have come from a negative place. So whether that's how I'm feeling, whether that's a comment from somebody, because yes, people really have commented from me, particularly my own family members. I don't know why it is, there's always an auntie that feels like when she sees you, it's okay to say, wow, you've put on weight. So comments or pictures, and that's a big one. I think we've all kind of got to that point around that Christmas time, lots of pictures are being taken, and you take a look at yourself and you're like, is that really me? Is that really my back? Is that really my bum? And I have had so many pictures like that, which I have banned my husband from putting on Facebook, etc, etc. And usually for me, I go into a weight loss, a health and fitness journey with that negative mindset. I've seen that picture, I've had that comment, something has happened, or I felt some way about myself, which makes me think I have to lose weight. I have to get fitter and healthier. I feel that I have this burden of responsibility to sort my life out, sort my weight loss out, and I'm coming from a really negative place. So really, very much when I started this year, I felt generally in a more positive place. And I had given birth 3 months beforehand. This was my third baby. I had put on weight during the course of becoming a mother, like so many of us, and I'd lost bits of weight here and there in between pregnancies, put more weight on, etc, etc, and just generally found myself in a position 180 pounds at the start of this year, and I felt very much like I wanted to get fitter and healthier, but for good reasons. I felt quite positive about it, and I really felt like I could do this, but I was doing it for the right reasons. I wanted to go into this next phase of my life feeling better, feeling more energetic, feeling more positive. And I also could acknowledge what my body had been through and how amazing my body had been. And I think this is a real difference here. My body has delivered me 3 amazing, wonderful children, and my body is amazing. And whether you've had children or not, whether you're a woman or a man or whatever, your body is amazing. Your body carries you forward every day, and we should be so grateful for our bodies. And there are so many people out there who are limited in their mobility and what they can do. You know, you just don't appreciate it basically. There are times in your life where you are, generally speaking, fit and healthy, and you don't appreciate it. And I really did feel like going into this year, I had much more of a positive mindset. And I tried really seriously positive affirmations. Now, previously when I've heard about positive affirmations, I thought this sounds completely ridiculous. And I remember watching a YouTube video by Mel Robbins, when she talked about her like high five concept, where you literally like high five yourself in the mirror each day. I have tried that in the past and it does work. And having tried a few of these things, I thought, do you know what? I'm going to do this every day. I'm going to talk positively to myself. So I would go on like a walk with my baby or whatever. Generally, like when I had some time, had a bit of a breather, had a bit of headspace, I would repeat positive things to myself, sometimes out loud, sometimes in my head, depended if there was anyone around to hear me. And one of my favorites was, I keep promises that I make to myself. And I had promised myself at the start of this year that I would get fitter, I would get healthier, I would lose weight. And it was really important to me to remind myself of this. I made a promise to myself, and I keep my promises to myself. Now, this was not a burden or an obligation, but an affirmation. You know, I'm telling myself, you're gonna do this. You keep promises that you make to yourself. You are gonna do this now. Could really feel like if I was saying it, repeating it to myself, I could feel my body lift. I could feel myself responding to my own words. So that it still remains like one of my absolute favorites to say to myself every single day in so many different aspects of my life. I keep promises that I make to myself. And then just generally, I'm worthy of this. I deserve to feel happier, healthier, more energetic. I deserve to make my body better. And that kind of mindset, saying it to myself, so a positive mindset, positive affirmations, really seriously made a difference this year. And then next up was just the general way that I went about losing weight. So rather than picking something that I was gonna do and I was gonna stick to and then falling off that wagon and putting weight back on, I went for a longer goal. So I set myself the goal of becoming fitter, healthier and losing 40 pounds this year over the course of the year. So I didn't set myself a goal of losing weight for a holiday or for any kind of particular event within the next month, in the next 3 months, etc. But I gave myself a whole year to do it. And now I know that there are plenty of people out there, some of whom I follow myself, who have amazing inspirational stories of losing 100 pounds plus within the course of 12 months. I know that there are probably way more impressive stories than my own. However, it's not the case of, well, I didn't have 100 pounds to lose. I have never really lost more than 10 pounds in any year. I have never lost a significant amount of weight in my life. Okay, so 40 pounds to some people might not actually be that much, but it was what I was desperate to lose. And certainly it still feels like a lot to me. And when I look at the pictures of myself, when I see where I came from on the 1st of January to where I am now, 35 pounds down, the difference, the visual difference is amazing. But also how I feel. How I feel is so different. I feel so much more energetic, so much lighter, and my weight loss has seeped into every other aspect of my life and been such a positive experience. So for me, what mattered was getting there, not how much or how long, but getting there. And I set myself, I think, a really realistic goal, given that I had 3 young children, including a baby. I knew it wasn't going to be easy to lose a lot of weight in a short period of time. So I was realistic, I set myself a long goal, but also I accepted there would be plateaus. And in fact, I aimed for them, and that was a real key difference. So I knew that I'm quite good at kind of giving myself my all to something, and then I would lose weight, and then I would stop doing the thing, I'd find it too hard, I'd lose motivation, I'd get bored, whatever it may be, and then the weight would creep up. So this time my aim was do something, lose weight, enjoy it, accept it as a challenge, positive attitude, and then plateau. So I know a lot of people in the weight loss industry talk about plateaus. How do you overcome your plateau? But for me, it was really embracing the plateau, accepting that plateaus are part of life. So my weight would go down, I would plateau, my weight would go down. And this happened to me 3 times so far this year. So I've had 3 kind of main phases of weight loss, and then times where I have plateaued, or maybe I've lost just a few pounds in a longer stretch of time, and then I've lost again. And this has worked really well for me, because previously I'd lose weight and then it would trickle up, you know? So instead of losing weight and having it trickle up, I've lost weight and it stayed off, and then I've lost weight and it stayed off. And this has worked really well for me. As well as I mentioned, acknowledging that I get bored of things. And what works really well for me is to acknowledge that's my personality. And I think it's so true for so many of us. We hear about willpower and habits and discipline when it comes to weight loss, but what about boredom? And you try something and you enjoy it because it's new and it's different and it's a challenge. I love a challenge. So I set myself these challenges, and then I do them and I lose weight and I get fitter and I get healthier and I feel good. And then I get bored and I lose motivation. It's a bit of a mixture of all those things, but I get bored and I just acknowledge that. So now I stop and I plateau. You know, I embrace that plateau. I congratulate myself for what I have achieved. I acknowledge how amazing that is, and then I embrace the plateau while I look for my next challenge, while I do a bit of research into what I'm going to do next, and then I embark on the next challenge. And this has worked so well for me, acknowledging that for me, and for so many of us, actually, it's seen as a negative, isn't it? Oh, I tried this and I tried that and I tried this and it didn't work. Did it not work though? Because for so many of us, it works. It's just that you don't keep the weight off. So I would say embrace that. If that's your personality type, like it is for me, if you get bored, if you lose willpower, whatever it may be, embrace that. Set yourself a realistic longer term goal, try something, take a challenge, lose some weight, aim to plateau while you work out what you're going to do next, and then get going with something else, something totally different, mix things up. And I found that this worked really well for me. So to recap, what I think really made this year so far different for me was a positive mindset. Going into this year with a much more positive mindset, I deserve to lose weight, to get fitter, to get healthier for myself, and that I'm not going in with any kind of negative mindset. I'm not doing this because somebody's made a bad comment or whatever. I'm doing it for me. Positive affirmations. I keep promises that I make to myself. I am worthy of this. I deserve this. And saying it to myself out loud when I am walking around outside, saying it to myself in the kitchen, saying it to myself in the shower. Saying it out loud definitely works better, but saying it in my head and reminding myself of these things every day. So generally, so much more positivity, setting myself a realistic long-term goal, not aiming for some quick fix, but aiming to learn and enjoy the process, embrace the change, because how many years have I decided I want to lose weight, I want to get fitter, I want to get healthier, and how many years have I succeeded? None. I have not succeeded before. Have I now? Well, yeah, it kind of does feel like I have already. I'm 5 pounds away from my goal. I'm so much fitter, I'm so much healthier, I feel so much better. So this has worked for me, being more realistic and finally trying different things, and acknowledging that no one set thing is going to work for me necessarily, but that I'm going to learn lots of different things from the different challenges that I try. Making it fun, you know, picking a challenge and making it fun. I like a challenge. If you like a challenge, make it fun. Challenge yourself against a friend, or just challenge yourself against yourself, which is what I did. And enjoy it. Enjoy the process. Enjoy picking up new things. Change things up. If you get bored, acknowledge that and work with it. Being somebody who gets bored easily, you know, a bit on the ADHD spectrum, which I totally am, isn't a bad thing. We just have to acknowledge what our personality types are like and work with them. If you are in the middle of embarking on your health and fitness journey, I wish you all the best. Let me know in the comments below and I'm here to cheer you on. I really hope that you liked this video. If you did, please give me a like. It really does help my channel, and consider subscribing for more content from me. Over here on my channel, I cover all things weight loss, health and fitness related on my journey to becoming a better version of myself. So please do come along for the ride, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!